Yo, and away we go. And forgive me for 1 second here. I just have to, remind this stupid computer of stupid things. And all right, there we go. That hopefully will help me as we go along here. Sorry, chat. All the long story short, I got myself some new tech here that I'm going to be incorporating here for the fall here. Once I get everything set up, I'll do some pictures, maybe some video and whatnot about it. But yeah, it is. Well, I've had this tech for a while, but I'm actually starting to set it up. Are you putting on your cake face? No. Let's. Please tell me you got a rim shot out of that. Because I'm having a hell of a time getting this thing to work properly today here. So, you did not. Damn it. All right. I'll work on this while you guys are work that rim job. Yeah, thanks. Let's see here. Over the last day here, I've been getting some stuff in on the old. Okay, that should work there. I'll be putting on my headphones as we talk here, but there's been a lot of craziness going through here today. Yeah, no, you're not getting anything. That's weird. Well, let me zoom out of that, put back into there. I swear. Without any... All right, well, I guess we're going naked tonight, folks, which, is a very scary thought when you're dealing with me, but we'll deal with this at another time here. But seems like whenever I change up the audio on stuff, I got to re-add stuff and all that. Long story short, picked up a new Stream Deck and a multi-tap, and I just tried to hook it all up this afternoon. I didn't realize that I have to basically re-add all my alert sounds and all that stuff. Everything else works fine. Like, I can give you my my plugs for the wrestling channel as well as the gaming channel, which both you should subscribe to the whole thing. But yeah, before we get going here, before we seriously get into things tonight, besides everything on me crashing here, just want to be a little serious for a moment, to take a page out of Lance Storm here. I've had a lot of people I consider friends and compatriots are on this app. It's been a rough week for a lot of people. So, those that know situations know. Those that don't, you know what it's like to be a part of a hard time. So, just want to say that, there's a lot of people thinking of you, and there's a lot of people that got your back in a lot of things. So, just want to say thank you to everybody for that. But yeah, it's been a crazy day, like crazy couple days here. I got the opening night live coming up last night. They finally got a release date for Tekken 6, which was 8 years ago. Tekken 8 now has got a release date as well of January 24th. So basically we're going to get 3 months of Mortal Kombat 1 in before Tekken comes in to go crazy on us. And they actually have like a arcade story mode, sort of like a battle hub kind of thing for casual fans like me that, are going to suck online. But, yeah, no, it's between that, all the crazy wrestling announcements. The biggest news, I think, coming out of AEW this week right now, despite people thinking it's Edge, I'm pretty sure it's the announcement that Rey Fenix is probably not going to make it to Allin due to visa issues. If you haven't heard, Rey Fenix is trying to get his American citizenship, which requires you to stay in the country for X amount of time, I do believe is the reason it works out. So, stupid Brits and their stupid visas. Hey, Yeah, it's the Americans' fault. It's not the... When you're applying for a visa for a country, quite often you have to prove that you need to be in the country to get your visa. So it's more than likely the fact that he has to stay there for 6 months to a year, which more often than not wouldn't be a problem, right? Because you got enough wrestling going on in the Americas. But let's just say it's not going to be the worst thing in the world for this to happen. And I know we were talking about this last week, and I keep bringing this up, and we're going to bring it up on Saturday after Collision, which will be 8 p.m. Mountain, thereabouts. We might start a little early because, hell, Collision's pre-taped, so any results that you want to know about are probably going to be spoiled for you anyway. But Andre C. and myself, the OGs at Backbreaker Video, we are going to be popping in and giving our thoughts and our predictions as we get ready for the Allin London show. As well, if you're around on Sunday and you don't want to pay for the show up to the Pint on White, just on Calgary Trail, just off of White Avenue. They have decided they're going to open their doors for us at 10 a.m. so that we can watch the AEW All-In show for free. Just tip your servers, be nice to us, and, you know, if you're going to be there, just a little, I'm going to hit those again. Just hit the subscribe button on there, and, you know, it doesn't cost you anything either, but, you know, you get a good meal and all that stuff, and helps us out a lot here, but I'll be frank, guys. A lot of the card I've seen for... I haven't seen a lot of the card for tonight. I do know it's Fyter Fest tonight, and I'm thankful for AEW bringing up their graphics 3 minutes into the show about what's going to be happening tonight, so we can keep up. The one match I do know for sure that I found rather interesting is the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships are going to be on the line with Aussie Open defending against the Hardys. Now, could you imagine the Hardys, like, let's go 6 degrees of separation here on this. You can get the Hardys to win the championships over Aussie Open, have them against Better Than You Baby in the pre-show, and mysteriously the challengers can't show up. Can it? And then you get the E&C reunion we're all asking for so Edge can get its final in. I'm going 6 degrees of separation, a little bit of hype there. I don't think it's going to happen, mainly because I've heard that his contract is up. Sorry, Adam Copeland, Edge's contract's up at the end of September. But hey, let's go through 16 degrees of separation to see how many things we can come up with here. And yes, I do realize I'm putting that number up even higher at this point. We're going to get some kind of spot tonight where they're going to have to... I wonder if they're going to talk about it all, about the the charging of Cash Wheeler in his assault charge there, as FTR is going to be taking on the Young Bucks. By the way, folks, I was checking out some lawyer videos, trying to understand this court case for what's going on here with Cash. Literally just saying that you have a gun can be enough to get you a third-degree assault charge in Florida. So, I just had to get the channel changed over for Cash Wheeler made a big mistake, and I can't allow for you just to walk away. The end is now. Seems like your judgment day. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the last line of that, all right? The Big Evil theme. I was probably one of the 6 people that bought the WWE Anthology 3-disc set when it came out years ago. So, Cheap Shots, that's it. That's the way you play the game. I can just imagine somebody just popping in right now and just seeing me singing like, oh, no, we're clicking here. Not against people having guns, but I hate it when people use it as a form of intimidation. Needs to be given some time to chill. I am so with you right now. Like, my biggest thing, bravo to AEW right off the bat. They still managed, even though it just got announced just a couple hours ago, getting in that RIP Terry Funk graphic to start off the show. Which I find rather ironic. Everybody talks about AEW having, like, they totally do. First of all, more than anything else, rest in peace, Terry Funk. One of the most revolutionary and evolutionary wrestlers to ever come through the scene here in the last 50 years. For people that don't remember, he was the original ECW champion under Extreme Championship Wrestling. At their first pay-per-view, he won it in the first triple threat match main event. Oh, and here come the Elite right off the bat. I'll be honest, it almost didn't look like them. So this team's getting ready for their trios match coming up. Omega's got the trios match. Buck's got the tag match. It's going to be rather hairy on Sunday. And I like the fact that they piped up Ibushi the right way. They don't even need to have him do any promos or anything. He's just going to be there. And people that show up to this show, which, let's face it, folks, like, every promotion right now can claim that their revenues are at an all-time high. Hell, I got promotions around here that sell 200, 300 tickets, and they can boast about consecutive sellouts. Which is fine. Like, you know what? You're selling your building out the way that it should be, right? You got to admit, the gun entrance is pretty cool. The way they do it. And just having Juice in there in his face, just... So, 6 degrees of separation here. If by some chance that the Guns and Juice beat the Bucks and Kenny, does that automatically mean that CMFTR are better than... Oh, no, wait. I have to think the other way around. Uh-oh. So just for the record, folks, we do have a bit of a storm going on here in Ontario, so our feed is going in and out here. So this could be interesting. So if the Bucks and Omega win, and CMFTR beat these or lost these guys on Collision a couple weeks ago, does that not mean that it's settled that the Elite are better than CMFTR? Well, good night, Knox. So this is going to be... Wait. Folks, hear me out. Wasn't Juice supposed... Oh, no, Juice was part of that... I'm just trying to remember. Juice was part of the... I'm just trying to remember what match Juice is supposed to be in for Allin. Was he part of Stadium Stampede? Because that's the way you get rid of Phoenix here. No. Kenny almost needs a Blade Runner. I don't believe... So are we not going to get another referee out here or anything, or what? Damn. Like, this is just straight up chaos to start the show. Like, what the hell? Yep, that'll do it. High knee to the face. Why? In the front row, just when you take a look on that left-hand side, for you old school wrestling fans, there's a guy in the front row that looks just like One Man Gang. Oh, and there goes Takeshita. I think it's a no contest and just a fight from here on out. I would completely agree with you there, Jagger. I'd assume that they're going to brawl to the back, and that'll be about it. Maybe even Callis will come out to hold things up here a little bit. By the way, good to see you here tonight. I do appreciate it. Great to see everybody here tonight. Yeah, we can't have... Yeah, the FTR, has to get out here and break this up because, got to have your team at 100% if you're going to beat them, right? Sunday will be Juice Jade Takeshita versus Hangman Kenny. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Jaeger. I was trying to remember where Juice fit in here, but I would think maybe he gets suspended and he's not allowed to wrestle on the card. There it is. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. I will be getting a list of matches for our preview show on Saturday. I usually, when it comes to AEW, you don't have to worry about picking these up early. Because frankly, it doesn't really matter. And Tony Khan lists everything at the last moment. So, like, literally, we do not have anything for Chicago. I don't think we have a single match announced for Chicago yet. So are we going to start getting a little bit more violent in these promos here? Allin's going to be like at 9 a.m. It's actually the pre-show is at 10 with the main card starting at 11. So the Pint on White is actually doing a early opening for us. Normally they open at 11, but they're opening at 10 just for us so we can get a chance to watch it. So going to build up some animosity. Would be weird if there's... Not at all. Here's a spoiler, and I'll bring this up on Saturday when I'm talking with Andre about it. My prediction for this is it's going to be an actually clean match. During the ROH match, Max is going to have some part of his body injured. Cole's going to have an opportunity to cheat in the main event at the end, taking advantage of that injury, but he doesn't. And he loses on a quick pin to MJF there. Sort of like Bret Hart, Davey Boy Smith. Then next week in Chicago, that's when the heel turn happens. Because Cole's had enough of Mr. Nice Guy trying to... Forgot what his focus was, and it's supposed to be the title. He's listing all WWE guys. All right, that was weird. Like they're forcing a picture-in-picture, but didn't get it. They're trying again, but it just ain't working. I was hoping they win the tag titles. It's what turns on the other for the AEW title. Then the aftermath, they have to defend the titles with Bad Blood. I would, I would appreciate that, except for the fact that I think if worse comes to worse, he won't force them to do the titles. They'll just literally one guy will forfeit the titles, and the team might even forfeit them. The tag division is not worth having right now, personally. The way things are going, if they're going to throw a ragtag team as your champion. Just twice? Hmm. And again, they switched to the... Somebody in the production truck is really trying to get those overlays over. All right, maybe now we're going to... Well, yeah, my personal prediction, let's get back to those ROH titles. I don't know if they change hands. Merely for the fact that I don't know. The only way you do... If there wasn't two pay-per-views back-to-back, that's my biggest problem right now. If the pay-per-views were spread out, oh, this is where Phoenix is going to get hurt. All right. This makes a lot of sense. Now you get to use your picture-in-picture thing properly. Thank you, AEW. Ugh. I love when they do that sometimes, but we have when it comes to the ROH tag titles, I think they gotta keep some legitimacy on everything, right? Like Claudio's already on the main show with the ROH title. Looks like we're getting Samoa Joe and CM Punk, so the TV title will be on there. Now, realistically, do you want all 3 champions to lose their matches? Because I don't, without a shadow of a doubt, I do not see Punk losing at Allin. Just for his ego more than anything else. Sorry, I've lost a little faith in Mr. Brooks as a competitor, a person, and, well, everything else right now. As much as people are just bringing up stuff to bring stuff up, I want to see Joe win. Like, for me, that would be like the feather in the cap for his career. And I think he deserves it. Like, you want to talk about people who were squandered in WWE? I think as much as we talk about other characters, Samoa Joe's got to be one of those that is got to be really up there just because Vince is a bit of an idiot. And when I mean kind of, I mean really is a lot. Because I wonder how much convincing it took to get, well, he's kind of squandered now. Yes and no. I'll give you that. I'll give you the fact that he doesn't have the AEW title or is in the AEW title scene. But at the same time, being in ROH, he basically gets to have his own schedule. He doesn't have to be at Collision every week because, well, Collision is where they have all the ROH matches taped, but if he's not on the show, he doesn't have to be there. But with the TV title, he's pretty much there every week, squashing somebody in a matter of a minute. And the one thing he's always wanted to do is train. Yeah, he might be doing the Shinsuke Nakamura thing. Exactly. Like, Shinsuke didn't want to work an overabundance of a schedule. And when they finally learn how to book him right, you could see what's going on, especially after what you saw on Monday. One properly placed promo has turned everybody from Shinsuke Nakamura as being underutilized to, holy shit, these guys are finally using him. And using him properly. Because that's pretty much the scuttlebutt you get right now is the fact that this is the Shinsuke we've been waiting for since he got called up to the main roster. I honestly thought the same thing when you're talking about that first one that came around the corner. I thought about it, then I'm like, there's no way in hell she would be an extra on AEW. That'd be about as bad as having LuFisto come back here for a second time. I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Yeah, Phoenix gets quote-unquote injured here. Yeah, this is... if you guys weren't here off the top of the show, we were talking about it. It appears that Rey Fenix has some visa issues as he is trying to get his U.S. citizenship. From what I've heard, one of the requirements is you got to stay in the country for X amount of time. That's why he missed the last Triple Mania show as well. So it sucks that he's going to miss the biggest card in the world, but so I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain what we're going to see on Sunday. Whether it's going to be like everybody's talking about all these big things that they're advertising, like Michael Cole at nauseum saying they sold the most amount of tickets ever for a start of a show at last week for Philadelphia's WrestleMania, leaving out the caveat that it's 2 shows, so there's basically half the tickets. As an American, I dub Phoenix a citizen by Eagle Burger Decree. Cha-ching. Are you kidding me? All right, I wish I had my fail sound right now. So I better fix the show description now because we ain't getting it tonight. And actually, personally, with everything going on and the fact that I got to fix all my alerts, or not my alerts, my soundboard, this actually makes sense here. So Just change it up to straight AEW Dynamite Sidecast. I was actually going to throw up the Stadium Stampede match tonight as part of what we're going to be doing tonight, but unfortunately they just said it's available tomorrow only. So, hey, Jupe. Hope you're doing well, my friend. If you're coming in late, my soundboard tonight is not working. I just moved over. Well, if you guys want me to get super analytical here about what happened, I got a new USB hub, powered USB hub, because I have a new Stream Deck. Now I have 2 Stream Decks and a Go XLR on the same bar. And it basically reset the location for all my sound effects, but it all started 2 minutes before the show. So I'm hardcore. I'm just going solo tonight, so we're not going to get any extra fancy music going on here. So, oh, this is a little different. They got the commentary team down at the ringside. What are the odds that FTR joins the Gun Club at Allin? I think they've already joined the Gun Club, Zodiac. You want to talk about the Bang Bang Gang? I guarantee you, Wheeler's already got his card firmly in hand on that. Ba-dum-ching. Allow me. Oh, and missed. You know what? I'm still glad that Fenix is able to move around the way that he is right now. Forgive me, I'm just doing one quick thing to check and see if I can get things fixed here. But yeah, that's why. Okay. You get a rim shot there, folks? It's my last time I'm checking this tonight. This is going to annoy me, so I definitely have to check this out still. Damn it! How's my day? My day was actually pretty good today, so. Wonder if they're taping Collision tonight. Yeah, they're doing a double shot tonight. I would probably guess they did Collision. Maybe they'll do half and half, sort of like what they do with Rampage. Or else they probably have 5 hours of taping to do tonight, which is pretty insane. In terms of my day was actually pretty good. Oh geez, I got the volume up here while commercials are getting free advertising and everything. They're either doing 5 hours of taping today, or they already taped Rampage on a different show, because everybody's got to get on a plane and get over to London, right? So, in terms of myself, hooked up the new Stream Deck and tried to get everything fixed up, but obviously I'm gonna have to go over it again, and probably it's just unknown files that are firing up. Never mind all that technical BS. I'll deal with it later. Watch the Future Games Con that came up here. Couple interesting ones. There's a new Rumbleverse ripoff that's coming up next year that looked a little interesting there. once again, from opening night live yesterday, watching the fact that Tekken's going to be out late January. If you're a fighting game fan, you're just bearing to go right now. Oh, and if any of you are interested and own a PlayStation, right now, actually, I bought it myself here. Fire Pro Wrestling World is on dirt cheap on the PlayStation Store. So, quite possibly might have to get into that sometime in the future here. But all the packs and the actual game are on sale right now. So, if you get a chance, check that out. I would like to get a little bit away from the AEW and WWE games, but so why is Mox versus Fenix anyway? Well, there's a kayfabe reason and there's a real reason. Kayfabe wise, what the hell? The guy that I thought looked like One Man Gang on the left in the front row, second from the left, next to the guy in the Sting costume. My God, does he have a mullet to save all others? Like that Kentucky waterfall is prime and set. Thin, sorry. But the Best Friends and the Lucha Brothers are teaming up with Eddie Kingston to take on the Blackpool Combat Club and 3 members that are choosing in a Stadium Stampede match, which will be rather exciting. Who do you got for the 3 people that are going to be the partners of the Blackpool Combat Club? Oh, Chuck, that looks like a Chuck. Yeah, okay, I could go with that. A little heavier Chuck Liddell. I could go with that. Nice reversal. Missed the last couple weeks. Yeah. Basically, the Blackpool Combat Club, since they don't have the Elite to beat up anymore, they've been beating up on the Best Friends, and they've been going at it for a while. And then the Lucha Brothers, they were renewing their rivalry with them, so then it ends up being like 4-on-3, and now Kingston wants to kill Claudio for something about 10 years ago. So we got Claudio on that side. Pac was going to be involved, but Pac's injured for Wembley. So right now it's going to be 6-on-6 for the Stadium Stampede match with 3 mystery partners since Danielson's not available. My prediction right now, and once again, I'll spoil a lot. Come for Saturday for some more spoilers, but I think it's going to be... Does he ever wrestle more than 2 matches per sit? I don't... Whether it's a visa or whether it's an injury, you got to admit, he goes all out when he can, right? My prediction right now, Proud and Powerful and Chris Hero. There's your other 3. And the reason I say Chris Hero there is the fact that Chris Hero is very well known in the European scene as well. Drawing a huge blank on their names. What's the old inner circle? Proud and Powerful. Santana and Ortiz. Basically, I believe it was Santana that was extremely injured last year. But at the same time, both of them had a very big backstage falling out with each other. But what I have been seeing lately is, for the first time in months, both members of Proud and Powerful have been sharing out the AEW social media. So whether they're talking or not, sort of like when you have to work with somebody you can't stand. That might be the position here, and I really do feel that we might get them as our 2 of our free men, because that would be perfect with Kingston, right? My God, Phoenix. Fantasy booking time. Absolutely. Like, there's... Heard a rumor they might be returning soon as a team. Exactly. Like, what better way to return than in a match like that, where, let's face it, in a Stadium Stampede match, a few of those spots can be pre-taped depending on where they are. And overall, you don't have to do as many spots at a Stadium Stampede match that you have to do in a regular match. Because if you want to make the chaos feel worse, you just let them relax and, you know, get the spot in and then just take a break in between. So it's like Ming and Barbarian. I always wonder if they were friends outside the ring. I think there was a mutual respect for the fact that they probably could kill each other at any moment. Was he going to try a Super Canadian Destroyer or something? Oh my God. Well, he's biting the mask. All right. Phoenix is dead. I'm with Moxley. I'm like, what? Is it becoming 5-on-5 after they reveal Rey Fenix can't make it all in? They haven't announced anything about it yet. I think that what we see here is probably going to be what it plays it out. It makes sense that they're actually going to try and do something storyline-wise to fix it. Tony Khan's very big on that kind of thing. Wow, Moxley let go right away. I could totally see it being 5-on-5, and if it is that case, then Proud Powerful's the other two members. Claudio's using a crowbar? All right, well, you want to beat somebody up to get him out of a match. This is how to do it. What in the... There he is! There's Ortiz! And there's Santana! All right, they're coming out to separate entrances, but there you go. Now we're going to get our 5-on-5. These two guys do not look like a team, but I don't think it matters. And here comes Orange with a chain on his hand. So this actually makes sense. Now we get it down to 5-on-5. The way the match normally is. Indiana Ortiz. Yeah, and here's how he gets beaten up. Yeah, so now it's back to 5-on-5. Or unless they announce 6-on-6 and Pac is available to work. Could you imagine that pop that would happen if Pac got announced? Yeah, we need actually a real doctor right now. Thanks. I'm just happy to see Santana and Ortiz back. And Funker's death happened late, or else Eddie Kingston be wearing a Funk shirt guaranteed, rather than the crossface chicken wing from KFC. Might be a bigger draw than the newest Indiana Jones movie. You guys throwing out all this stuff when I can't even get the rib shot in properly. Ugh. Hey, Melball, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. We're just watching Phoenix getting carried out on a stretcher right now. Got me covered. Thank you, Darth. Let me try this again here. Huh. I love that Excalibur's tried to all right, commercials are in black now. That's always great. So TSN's having a problem now too, because they can't even switch over the feed to the commercial videos. So this is turning out to be a great production show tonight. But folks, I want to thank everybody here. Like, we're only half an hour in, and we're starting to get a lot of drama and storyline put together here for the AEW All-In show on Sunday. But now I want to go back here. Mel, how are you? How's everything going for you? I hope everything's going well. And I know you guys are recording like crazy right now. Like my, the Backbreaker wrestling channel has probably been pushing out just as much as the gaming channel has. Not that I want to put another there. Selling gambling site while Phoenix is receiving medical attention. Did you notice how straight-laced Excalibur was trying? Like he almost felt bad that he had to do that. Living the dream, Mel. Yeah, I hear you. Like, you get these little snafus like I am right now with the Stream Deck causing me nuts, but we all get to put over some of our dreams and happiness, and I wouldn't put it anywhere else for the world. What happened? Phoenix lost to a choke after after taking a top rope Death Rider from Moxley. Claudio came in and Wheeler came in, both with crowbars. And as Phoenix was about to be hit, the good guys were coming for the save, and they got stopped by Ortiz at the top or at the bottom of the ramp. And he was holding his 8-ball in the sock dealie there. And then Santana's new music came off. And Santana was coming around by a hand, and it ends up Santana and Ortiz are on the other side, knock those two over. And then Phoenix apparently got hit in the head with a crowbar because it was off camera. Proceed to medical attention being given. Switch to Excalibur saying we'll be right back as we are going to sell you on DraftKings before the commercial break. That pretty much sums that up. Wish you could send one of those Peaches I'm having right now. They're S tier, and when Peaches are at their best, they're one of the best. Fair enough. Gotta love the Peaches when you can. I wish I could send you down this AEW Dynamite set that I have here still for you. Oh, there it is. Can't wait to make it back up to Edmonton. Been almost a year. Yeah. So the real story about this, for those that are popping in late, Phoenix is working, from what I've read and what's been coming up, Phoenix is trying to get his U.S. citizenship. And part of that is you have to, well, there's a plumber's crack for one of the EMTs. That's always great. Part of that is you have to stay in the States for X amount of time. So this is a way to write him off that he's not going to be on the pay-per-view. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Peaches come from a can. They were put there by a man in a factory downtown. Yeah, you guys come for the AEW Intellect. You stay for the singing, right? Isn't that the way it works? Having one hell of a hair day. I love that shirt. I think I need one of those shirts, chat. I swear I'm going to get one of those shirts just to troll everyone. I'll wait for the all-in sale coming up next weekend. Oh, now we get a contract signed, so we're actually going to get a lot of talking here for the next little bit. It's a Schiavone. You notice that I haven't seen a switchbook home in person in probably 30 years. Yeah. Wow, we're getting everybody piling in here tonight. Astrid, good to see you here. Hope everything is going amazingly for you as well. Hope everything's going great for everyone here. Like, we're having so much fun here tonight just hanging out. And I don't even have my sound effects, which I will figure out for tomorrow. Like, even if I have to come up with a new everything, I'll figure it out. Drives me a little nuts that I can't get them out for you guys, but tired but good. Yeah, I hear you. I can't wait for September because, like, I think as of right now, I have 8 out of the 20 days that are work days for me, and 8 out of 30, I'm off. So add in the other 10 days that are days that you're normally off. 18 out of 30 days you're not working in a month. I call that a positive. So did you guys hear the big announcement that Fozzy is going to be playing Jericho down to the ring for this match coming up at All In London? I think it's going to be the only time that we're ever going to see Fozzy play in front of that big of a crowd, ever. Love Ospreay in the ring, but his mean monk face all the time makes me want to punch. Hey, that's the gimmick, Jagger. Everybody just wants to punch him in the face. He's got a very punchable face. I knew Santana Ortiz would join the BCC, but I still wasn't. Here's the thing. I don't know whether they joined the BCC. I think they got an issue with Eddie Kingston and the Lucha Brothers, which they do. if you go back and check out the AEW Dynamites around the time where Santana and Ortiz were leaving, the issue was the Lucha Brothers. It wasn't with no lead singer, crowd serenading. I'm assuming that's the case. Could you imagine Jericho wearing the headset, doing the Britney Spears headset thing? Yeah, Jericho will sing as he walks down. Yeah, it makes sense. I do appreciate when it comes to this match here. And it's one of those little details that Jericho put out in the interview that he did last week about this, like post segment with them, is the fact that Jericho said that this match was going to show up at New Japan in 2021 if it wasn't for COVID. That was the way the booking was planned. Does it get a full chorus and then walks down? Maybe. Is Ospreay English or Irish? I'm thinking English, but he is English? Okay, thanks, Jupe. But the fact that they cleaned this up to bring it up that it was supposed to happen at Wembley already and it didn't, or not at Wembley and at the Tokyo Dome, it sort of makes sense how this. I'm sorry, but this crowd is trying. I give them credit. No crowd is going to be like Edmonton telling Don Callis to shut the up. I really do hope that this security job helps out that second guy on the right with a haircut. Or at least a comb. Maybe Cool Ange can borrow him his comb here to get that rat's nest figured out. Oh my goodness. Ted Lasso, how many countries are in this country? You guys have got so many zingers. I think my stream deck is like begging me for mercy at that point. And of course they're in America, so the accent just pisses everybody off that much more, right? See, and here's the weird thing I'm going to find about this match. Did he just say if I could be serious? Yes, he did. Let me talk you. So, the biggest problem I have with this match, and I'm just going to throw it out here right now. Ospreay is the hometown hero. Oh, so the battle for 2024 has just opened up a little bit more. We gonna brawl in Wembley in it? We are, yeah. That sound like bad Swedish there. My bad, guys. Lance Storm incoming through. Lance is perfectly happy in Impact. He has said that more than once. Because right now he is a producer in Impact Wrestling and he is having the time of his life. since he got released from WWE during the pandemic, right after closing down his school. Does Ospreay have a Cockney accent? Jericho, put the jacket back on, please. It's easy, East London, so yeah, okay. Do you want an Ospreay Rollins match? Ooh. Ooh. Bringing up a Dynamite Kid reference. That is... Darth McGee, we got to talk about that right away here. I hope I look like Jericho at 52, just shorter hair. Hope I look like Jericho with the hair. I'd have a beard too, though. I still want to get that Cool Hand Ange hat. True that this will be the largest wrestling show of all. That's the caveat we were talking about at the beginning of the show, Jupe. The fact that this is not mandatory attendance show. And he will be. I don't want to shorten 4 inches to look like Jericho. That could be a joke that goes a bat. Oh, you're talking about hair. Never mind. What was mandatory collision in Korea? Yeah, it was mandatory. Jericho with a Canadian bean. And I love how Tony's just playing the Don King role here. Yeah, they didn't have a choice in North Korea. They had to go to the show and they had to cheer. They had to be loud. That was over 100,000 people there, so. So now we get another speaking segment. So we're getting Swerve versus Allin early tonight. And once again, somebody in the production truck is screwing up. I love it. King John 2, body slam Braun Strowman. I hear it. Control your narrative. Nice. All right, so Zodiac, I also want to bring up Control Your Narrative here. EC3 just listed in a recent interview that he thinks that Control Your Narrative actually hurt his career. I believe the term is no Sherlock. Like, even right now, like, whenever you see some of those guys like Flip Gordon and Real One, as he's called now, formerly known as Enzo Amore, on a card, just because of the association with that, a lot of people are just walking away from those bookings. I've literally seen people saying, I'm not being part of that show if he's being advertised for it. And EC3, you know, I've always said this, and I even say this about my personal experiences in wrestling myself. Is that a hill you really want to die on? Is that a hill that you really want to fall off on and go down on? And it seemed like he thought it was great at the time, but let's face it. Even if he goes to the NWA is probably... NWA is in backpedal mode right now, if you haven't heard. Talk about going down, Trump turns himself in. Yeah, that's a whole different can of beans I don't even want to get into. We might have rioting in Georgia, which I know is normal for down there, but anyway. We'll have to say that, by the way, backing up to the Adam Copeland thing, I think there might be a possibility we do get to see Adam Copeland versus Ospreay, Adam Copeland versus a lot of people. I believe it was PW Torch released a statement based on an interview that Adam had saying he offered X amount and here's the terms of me wanting to work. And then all of a sudden, WWE said, no, we can't handle that. So he said, fine, I'm done. And that was about it. Not a Trumper, but it would be great if everyone who broke the law in politics was also arrested. I don't think we'd have anybody left in politics if that was the case. There's so many crooked... We could get into that, and that would be, ugh. Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. Hear me out. And this is real crazy. Hardy Boys win tonight. Go on to All In to take on Better Than You, Baby. Retain. And then we got Christian versus Christian and Edge teaming up for one last time. Yeah, I don't think we have many MAGA here. No, I don't think so. Crooked people that get power do more crooked shit. Yeah, trust me, I know that all too well. I really do love the segment where Tony Khan was behind closed doors ripping apart MJF and Cole for hitting that double clothesline on the Crocodile Dundee ripoff there. The color contrast between MJF and Cole is interesting. Well, I think it's also the ability to put the sunscreen on. When they're sitting on different sides of the screen. That actually is a very good point as well. Reminds me of the old 80s where when they would do promos and they'd literally have the opponents line up on opposite sides and Mean Gene would just bing them back and forth. You get this guy, then you go get this guy, then you get this guy, then you get that guy. Which side is the heel entrance? No, they're lined up properly based on heel and face. Stage left is the heel, stage right is the face. So they did line up that way properly, but... At least they're getting the camera cuts better on this. Oh yeah, every time there was one side, they could turn on each other. Wait, hold on. We have one thing I remember. I really do hope it. Yeah, I think it's going to be Cole turning on Max. Remember what Shawn Michaels said when he super kicked Marty Jannetty through the glass and Jannetty dove through the glass to try to escape from MJF or sorry from Shawn Michaels. Is there a problem with the Rockers? Rip. I don't think so. Yeah, Nick Wayne's mom's in the crowd. We've seen her in a few of the vignettes. It's awesome seeing Nick Wayne at AEW versus Travis Cole. Yeah, like his last few matches before he moved on. Sorry about the banging upstairs. Or Travis Williams. Okay, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. I don't think Travis Cole's been in AEW yet. You can't hear banging? Okay, good. The neighbors upstairs are just banging. It sounds like they're hammering something on the floor. So if it gets to be more, I will. My feed keeps cutting out. I watched AEW Plus, and weather shouldn't impact my feed unless I'm coming directly. Oh, you heard two docs? Okay, there was a couple loud ones there, I guess, so that makes sense. Oh, good. I'm glad you barely heard it, so at least the mic's doing its job. We were having problems earlier. Like we had one point where it did cut out. Doesn't dampen the experience. I'm glad. I'm really glad because you would see, Old Man Yells at Cloud. Shout out to Big Bad Boris at his old podcast. But you would have saw Old Man yelling it upstairs if that was the case. If it kept going. So why are they showing a picture of a random redheaded guy in the audience twirling his beard? Yeah, watching the sidecast on an iPad so the speakers really don't pick up anything. You know what? That's good. But I promise, chat, once I get done tonight, I'm going to get so annoyed while the video's editing for the YouTube version of this, which should be up. It's usually up around midnight Eastern, 10 o'clock Mountain. I'll work on this audio and find out why it's not working properly, why... The joys of being part of a multi-tap too, so who knows. But I am so thankful that... Oh, just a heads up for you guys as well. Well, we got a second here, and I'm not pushing this on anybody. Let me clarify this completely. I just want to save you guys some money. Next month, starting August 31st until October 1st, all subs are 25% off. And they're 30% off if you get for 6 months. They're 25% off if you get for 1 or 3 months. So you can definitely save some money. Oh, God. EC dub, EC dub, EC dub, EC dub. There, I'll throw that one in on my own account here. Sorry, I'm not a big... When it comes to Darby, it's like, okay, you're going to see your 4 car crash spots that he's going to get beaten up for a couple segments. But ironically enough, starting on my birthday, September 26th, we Gift subs get the bonus of being 25% off as well. 20 or 25. I'll clarify before then, but for that whole week, you'll be able to get gift subs on discount. So if you birthday gifts and all that great stuff, just saying, no obligation whatsoever. There's my cheap plugs for advertising for the night, folks. So, but yeah, if it's a little weird time right now, if people are considering subbing for the first time, while I'll appreciate it, I would not mind you waiting until the new month, just because you'll get a deal on it. Whatever happened to Sabu? It was a one-time appearance. He lives in Vegas. Double or Nothing's in Vegas. Then we're going to do it again.
Now you will experience the full power
Jupiter!
of the dark side.
How dare you? Thank you for the gift sub to Ed Fries there. Did you get any sound on that, chat? Because that didn't come out on my end either, so. You did? Good. I'm glad you did. That's what matters. So I guess all the alerts will be doing that too, so. But thank you, Jupiter. I do appreciate it. And I'm sure Ed will say a thank you when he pops on next time, so. But yeah, it is, you're just so nice, Jupe. Sorry, threw me for a loop there for a second. If you guys aren't following Jupiter Vision, do so. He's going to be streaming more. It's like a Monster Mash type sound. Well, what it is, it's actually the, when, you ever get that time in life where you just draw a blank completely? It's like when the Chancellor comes up in Star Wars 6. You will now feel the power of the dark side. Because I figure that's appropriate when you give it a gift to somebody like that, so. But yeah, I will have to find out what's going on here because things are acting a little weird lately, so. Alerts, monitor, and output. At least once a day. Yeah, true. Yeah, the other thing is I added in the Wavelink audio software. Oh, we're back to the match here, so I'll just get back onto that. Yeah, I could be sitting here staring at this all day. I'll figure that out later. So, once again, thank you, Jupiter, for the sub. So, on Sunday, we're getting a coffin match. I love the fact that they tried to do some tag moves there. It just doesn't work out perfectly with them. God damn! That was impressive. That was impressive. I can never figure out why you would want to face your opponent a week before a match unless it's for a title. And you want to beat up the guy that... Gee! EC dub! EC dub! EC dub! This is just... Ugh. Darb nearly... Like that announce table almost shredded into pieces there. So I wonder if it's going to be having to put one person in a coffin, or you're going to have to put both in the coffin. Nobody's ever explained the rules at AEW about a coffin match. At least a tag team one in that case. Double foot stomp and a beauty there. Wow. And Nick Wade spit blood out of his nose. I don't know. Nick Wade, I think, sort of peaked after he performed in Saskatoon. Like, I don't know if you get any bigger than that, to be honest. My God, do I love that suplex move. The only other person I've seen pull off that move is Peyton Royce. Cassie Lee now on the Indies. She did that as her finisher after the Iconics broke up. Well, there's a variation. Nick Wade kicked out of that. All right, that's it. Why are you kicking out of finishers? Oh no, that's Swerve's signature, not his finisher. So well, this is how you get rid of Wayne for Allin, right? So he's not there the corner of Sting and Darby for the coffin match next week. Oh, wow. That was weird. Weird and fun all at the same time. I appreciate it. I like that Darby was completely on the outside for everything right up until the heel trip on Swerve, right? And AR Fox is, the one that eat the pin there. Oh. Thought for sure Sting was coming up. Me too. Okay. So who's he gonna? So AR's not gonna. All right. Well. Okay, this makes a lot of sense now, actually. So AR Fox is out. All right, fine. Brian Cage is in. This actually makes a lot of sense if you've watched Collision. I haven't watched it, but I've seen the highlights of it. Big Bill is now working with Ricky Starks on Big Bill's being the muscle, sort of Diesel HBK kind of scenario with those two. Well, that's a quick makeup. Yeah, Tad Forrest, I think. Wait. Wait. Crowd's cheering. What the hell? Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. He's going there again. What a shock. All right. Well, here we go. Okay. Wow. Christian soaking up the asshole chance. They were keeping it down. So Luchasaurus. I think Christian's one of the most brutal promos I've heard. The problem is with me personally, when it comes to the promo of Christian Cage, it's very cliche and it's the same thing over and over again. It's repeated over and over. It's the brutal in a good way. Like, it's like MJF before they pivoted. Uh-oh. All right. I will say that this probably is the third match that I'm probably looking the most forward to on the card. Like out of all the matches on the card, it's probably number 3 on the list. Surprised so many wrestlers go what he says. You got to know he's got to go to places he goes. Yeah, fair enough. Wonder if they're going to go away gun references here. Okay. I love how I don't know about that. I'll be honest. I really don't know. All right. I like how they're. So here's a confusing thing, chat. This thing I'm a little worried about when it goes to the pay per view. As far as I'm concerned, our number 1 and our number 3 matches are both face matches. We got Adam Cole MJF as our main event. And we have the Bucks versus FTR as our. I personally consider it a third match on the card. I do feel that the build-up for the women's title match is enough to consider it a semi-main. But the fact that we have established face teams on both sides for 2 of our 3 big matches, maybe it just speaks to the scope of the show and how big of a show it really is that they don't care about who's good and who's bad. I know this can be on Tony Khan for poor booking, right? Because, well, he should learn how to book better when it comes to establishing somebody as a heel and somebody as a face. But it also feels like he's going through a phase right now in his booking. The fact that he just wants good, solid matches out there, which I can totally get behind. I don't mind that one bit. I hope that works out for him and it produces a great show, which I do think it will. But it gets me wondering, like, when you have 80,000 people out there, you're going to get enough people that are going to cheer regardless. So you're not going to have that problem. But my biggest question is what's going to happen next week? Like I said, the most confusing thing for me out of this whole thing as we're going forward here is the fact that we have 2 pay-per-views in 8 days. A lot of people forget about that. Like, let's not even speak to the other companies. Like, right now we got Emergence for Impact being advertised on TSN. You have Payback going on Saturday for WWE. You have Sunday's pay-per-view All Out going on. Like, wrestling fans are being fed this week. Like, as much as people want to talk about Mania week being a crazy week, this one might as well just be right up there as well, this whole week. The only difference is it's not situated in one location. We got London, we got Toronto, we got Chicago, and I can't remember where Payback's going to be. I think it's Pittsburgh. So we got a whole lot of places here where we got a lot of wrestling going on. Wrestling fans are being fed well, to say the least. Oh, it's already 7:30, so we're actually going to get our women's match now. So it's actually rather interesting, the fact that we get basically on Rampage, you're going to be able to go through their entire match going forward here, right? For the women's championship. Like, it's one thing I've remembered that they always use. It was always a neat technique when you had a four-way, when you get the teams meeting ups, and you could see little spots here and there in the match that you saw during the tag before. Because, let's face it, a match like this could actually help you determine whether a spot's going to be good or bad to use in the actual pay-per-view match. Wouldn't even let her get out to announce her name. Seriously. Well, that's how you're going to interrupt a promo. Like, if you want to talk about somebody who's been developed and groomed her for the TV section of the women's division, you got to think that Skye Blue is definitely one of them right now. That while she may not be the top go-getter in the division here, she's going to fit in with all the top athletes, right? Hey, there's the All-In sale. Might have to get that Cool and Ange hat at that point, or shirt at that point. So here's a question for you, chat. Who do you think is coming out victorious in the women's championship match at All In? Like, Sheeta, I guarantee you, is taking the spot of what Jamie Hayter would have been if she wasn't injured. Because the storyline works way too well having Hayter in here and having the two tag teams essentially going in a four-way. Like, myself personally, I do feel that Hayter's going to make an appearance here somehow. Maybe Soho comes out to try and interfere and Hayter comes to break it up. Who do you think wins the four-way match coming up at All In? I know we're going to be asking all these questions on Saturday with our AEW prediction show prior to the pay-per-view. But do you think Sheeta's going to come back out with a title? I think that's a very smart choice at this point. Saraya with the assistance of Mercedes Moné. Could you imagine? And I'll say this, like, before we were starting to talk about what was going on, I felt that Mercedes was going to be a part of that. Just saw the Ospreay promo. Yeah. Ospreay delivered, to say the least, Andre. How you doing, bud? We're getting ready here for a hell of a pay-per-view on Sunday. Yeah, the Osprey promo was good. Basically, everything that they've set up right now, the return of Proud and Powerful that we've seen. Just getting prepared to record at 8:30. Yeah, you're recording every day, pretty much. So I'm just glad you have available in your schedule to record with me on Saturday coming up here. We're gonna have a lot of fun talking a little AEW here as we get into the big part of the pay-per-view. So, oh, you're recording tomorrow morning. You're recording tomorrow morning as well? Eey. I know the plan is to stream tomorrow afternoon, and I think, so a little behind the scenes here, I was going to do a stream of Gran Turismo to coincide with the movie coming out. But with the fact that we got the Stadium Stampede match coming up on AEW Fight Forever tomorrow, which was supposed to be tonight, but I digress. And the fact that we haven't been able to get into WrestleQuest yet. I think tomorrow afternoon we are going to tackle WrestleQuest here and get a good chunk of it in. You think the movie looks pretty interesting? Okay, fair enough. Overall acclaim for the movie, I just haven't seen a lot, so I think I'm going to hold off on Gran Turismo for another day here, where we need to do some racing on a rainy day or something. So we're going to do WrestleQuest in the morning. Maybe after we're done our preview show on Saturday, I might throw up some Stadium Stampede match so we can see what it looks like. Because my next two streams are going to be tomorrow afternoon and Saturday. So Mario Golf, when I get some time here, I got a lot going on, so I got a lot going on here overall. So we will definitely get into that. I will say this, chat. In September, as I mentioned here earlier, I have a lot more time off in September here, and we're going to try and clean up the backlog a little bit. Like, we might have an all-day Zelda here just to clean things up. All right, you get yourself together, Andre. I'm actually going to be starting working on getting the overlay done tomorrow night after I'm done streaming. So, but you make sure you join myself and Andre here on Saturday as we preview Allin. I love watching Oregon Trail. Hey, you know what? We are going to have to get some games in with some of you guys as well, guys and girls here. I want to do a little bit more of that. Like I said, I'm just in the process of trying to catch up right now. Nice reversal. Okay. I'll give her that. All right, it was a little slow on that move, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. Pin. A really decent match here with these two. I feel we didn't get to see the picture-in-picture here, but trying to go over that code red, got bumped off, so obviously Soho's winning. Oh, there it is. There's a kick. What? Nope. There it is. Sister Abigail, Destination Unknown. Unknown, not on loan. Nice to see Ruby get a win finally. I think it's been a while. So once again, we get the Hardys versus Aussie Open as our main event here tonight. What is that shirt on Taven? Okay. This is lining up perfectly to what I'm predicting here, folks. Don't you dare. Signal's cutting out here right now, so. Okay, so they're playing up a trio segment here. We've lost the audio here temporarily while the signal's been going out. Acclaim not coming out to any music or anything. Could you imagine them challenging to a trios match and Adam Copeland being the third member? No, they need no, we need trios and a partner. It'll be Julia coming out, that's it. Tony advocating for straight up murder here on AEW Dynamite. So watch this be Malachi all by himself. Oh, never mind. So the chain must be cast, or is they do maybe a chain gang chain? I don't know. I missed that part of the story. Sorry, I don't get to watch Collision anymore because of the joys of Canadian media. So who's going to come out for the save here? Billy's not coming out. I think they're going to get laid out here, and that's going to be it. They can show up at All In all they want. Whoa. Okay. Like, he's still a stage producer, so. Oh. So Caster just conveniently pulls a microphone into the ring. All right, let's see what he's got to say. Ha! Okay. Yep. First ever real gay tag team. Or fake gay tag team, whatever you want to call it. Alrighty. You know what? This is really cool. The fact that Billy Gunn's able to get his flowers. Wait, what? All right. I got hooked there a little bit. I thought maybe there'd be a better surprise coming in. All-star 8-man tag. All right. So everybody involved in the big matches. Okay. So he's going to retire the belt. He wouldn't retire. He was supposed to retire the belt tonight, but they pushed this up to. Okay. Can I just give a shout out to Excalibur right now for everything that he's throwing out here? Like the speed of the voice that he has to throw out for this, because he's got to get everything in about a minute for about 3 shows. Make sure how much tea he's able to he's got to drink after this, so Yeah, so this makes sense. 5-on-5. I love him to love him. I love him to kick him. I love him to shove him. I love him to stick him. I'm an ass man. Bah, bah. Okay, so we got 2 matches announced for the Chicago show. Let me differentiate here. All out, all in. So, could you imagine this swerve at the last minute here? Having the Hardys take the titles off of Aussie Open? Because I'd almost think that, for the first match at Wembley, having the Hardys versus Better Than You, Baby, that might be one of the hottest openings you get for a card like that. How many surprise debuts, returns do we expect at Wembley? Well, from what we've been saying here so far. So if the Hardys win, they face Better Than... Well, the ROH titles get defended on the pre-show. So I'd assume that'd be the case. Now with Jeff's recent performance, here's the thing, Zodiac, and I completely agree with you on the fact that we shouldn't give Jeff a title. And with all due respect, in my heart of hearts, and I explained this last week, I don't feel it's right to give Jeff a championship. But, yeah, it's tough right now to... think that Hardy's music starts bumping, that crowd gets up quick, yeah. I'm thinking that having Better Than You, Baby, taking on the Hardys, have the Hardys retain. A week later at All Out, they could have... a rematch for Aussie Open. They could have it next Wednesday for rematch. Have Aussie Open win the championships back and everything's your uncle, right? I could see Tony Khan making this title switch just for the pop at the pay-per-view. And here's where I was getting at. I know I throw myself out for a lurk here because I just noticed the goal on my screen here that I don't need anymore because, yeah, anyway. I'll deal with that after we're done here. There are some shows where you put people in positions where they can try to grow. You wouldn't want a slop fest to sour the buy-in? I get that too. And this is where I'm going here. As much as you want to bring in young teams, people that get the shine on in events like this event here is your go event. Like this is like, when you're playing a sports game, whether it's MLB, whether it's hockey, whether it's basketball, baseball, whatever, you try to set things up so that the last games of the season, you want to rest people up. You want to get other people an opportunity to succeed in case you need them and whatnot. And that's what that's what putting in a team like Aussie Open in this position would be. It would be giving them that spotlight. My opinion is that a show like Wembley is one of those, you put your A lineup out there no matter what. And yes, Jeff Hardy will be a little sloppy out there, but I think the nostalgia and the momentum might carry it through. Now, if Aussie Open's visas are in question, which I don't understand in Commonwealth countries, Zodiac, I'll be frank. Well, I'll be Mike, but you know what I mean. Australia, Canada don't mean a lot. Like, Commonwealth countries don't mean crap anymore. After 9/11, that all got thrown out the door. The only thing that might be the same is driver's licenses and such, but to go to every company in the world or every country in the world, visas and all that stuff, it's very, very specific on a lot of things. I don't know if Aussie Open has a visa issue. I don't think so. The only person who had a visa issue I thought was Rey Fenix, unless you heard something, Zodiac. Because yeah, me trying to go to Britain or me trying to go to the U.S., it's the same thing. Going to Australia, same thing. There's restrictions and visas you got to get depending on what you're doing, and passports are all necessary. Like it used to be in America, we wouldn't need a passport to get across the border. I went down there for a couple reffing trips as well as a couple coaching trips when I was younger. I just had my driver's license and was never a problem. Now, good luck with that. Anywhere in the world. Then you get Matt Hardy do the heavy lifting with the energy. You have MJF and Cole, a possible swerve that cost them the match. Well, here's the thing. I don't care what happens, like who goes there as the opponents of Better Than You, baby. You're going to get the Kingdom involved in this match. This is where that injury occurs that Adam Cole is going to be able to exploit, which he's not going to. But no matter which way we go here, I'm pretty sure the Kingdom's going to get involved and Roddy Strong's going to get involved. I think Roderick Strong's going to be a key player in this night. Not as much of a key player as he's going to be next week in Chicago, but I do think that they're going to get involved regardless. So, because here's the other thing. If the Hardys end up pulling this off here tonight, which we'll see how it goes. If the Hardys win and it's Hardys versus Better Than You, baby, we're having face versus face in the main event. Then those two faces are facing another face in the opening match. And then we're going to have a face put over here. Face. Everybody's a face at that point. So it's like, but the fact that they're making it the ROH tag titles getting involved sort of negates the need of a storyline development, because titles are the automatic free space on the bingo card when it comes to booking, right? Because you can turn a good story into great involving a title. But by default, if somebody just simply says, yes, I'm looking for a title, that's a good story right there. That's sort of like your get out of jail free card. I'm here. I want to win this title. That's why we're having this match. So that's why you can get away with stuff like this, right? Hey, Jupe. So we're getting Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed teaming up once again at Allin, by the way, as they're going to be taking on House of Black in a trios match. So that's probably the biggest news you've probably seen since you've taken off here. Did a little quick preview of the women's championship match. They Ruby Soho beat Skye Blue. And now we're just part of our main event here. We got Aussie Open defending against the Hardys, which we're talking about. Could they actually do a title switch 4 days before a pay-per-view? Which we'll find out in the next 4 minutes. I really hope that the signal doesn't get eroded like it's been so far. Like right now, I got no audio. So, there it is. And normally Hardy, instead of swinging off the ropes, goes into the corner. Well, he hit that okay. I have to say, Hardy hasn't really blown much in this match. Jeff, sorry. Let me correct myself here. Like, I know we were talking about Jeff not really being... but it also makes me wonder if Jeff's even allowed to get over the border. Like, I know they got special permission for Jey Uso to enter... let's be specific here. He was allowed to enter into Calgary. Apparently due to the convictions that he has, he was allowed to enter Calgary, but he was not allowed to go to Toronto or Montreal or anywhere in that circuit because apparently it was too big of a city for him. That's why he was allowed to be in Calgary for that segment, but now last week they weren't allowed. All right, we got about 2 minutes to wrap this up here, so hopefully they can... so we're going overtime maybe. Served his time, let him be him. Well... when it comes to something like that, there is a possibility. I get what you're saying here, but at the same time, governments don't look at it that way. You don't apply for your pardon the second that you get released. This isn't like a sport where you serve your 2-minute penalty in the box and then just pop out. And there we go. Aussie Open with a definitive victory. You know what? This is actually really good for Aussie Open too. I go off on here about politics. Yeah. One day we might get into the politics instead. Wish people had the same energy with Jimmy Uso that people have with Jeff Hardy. Yeah. So are we going to get the challengers coming out here or what? Like, this has got to be interesting. So, chat, here's something funny that I just noticed right now. Has Jimmy brought the issues to the ring? No. And that's the thing. Like, well, here's the thing. Has he performed? There's two different concepts there. Let Jeff work unless he puts ours in danger. The problem is, was it 2 weeks ago? He looked like he was putting others in danger the way he was going out there. But chat, here's one weird thing that you're seeing right now as we're going to be going off the air here right away. Have you ever seen the go-home show to a pay-per-view where the feature that they're closing the show out on, the thing that's supposed to sell you on the ticket, is the free match on YouTube? Like right now, we are getting the preview match. I know it's the main event. The two guys in the main event are involved. Like, I understand the whole concept of, yeah, they're working on the main event as well. But at the same time, well, Cole got a good shot in. Oh no, here it is. Super kick spot. Fletcher moves. MJF, yeah, okay, it was caught. And here's the tension spot. And the fans immediately go into the hug it out chant. That's pretty cool. They're just reminding everybody, yep, that's what it's all about. Ooh. Okay, scumbag. Come on, get out there and shake the hand. So this is the story. Everybody's looking to... All right, so yeah, I still say that I'm going right with my prediction here that this is going to be a clean finish at the pay-per-view. But make sure you tune in on Saturday to hear what myself and Andre are going to say here, because we're going to start. We'll get some predictions in and we'll see what we can do here, right? As we go off air here. So, pretty decent finish. Pretty good time here on Dynamite tonight. Like, they found a way to write off Rey Fenix, which made a lot of sense. Now it's back to 5-on-5, which is normal for this match. Makes me wonder if they actually knew about this prior to all the issues going on. But also, you got... could you imagine being MJF 5 years ago? He was shoved by Samoa Joe backstage, walking the ring. Now he'll be in the main event of the largest wrestling show ever with voluntary participation. But yeah, it's really unfathomable to figure at this point. We got the trios match announced. We got the pre-show match confirmed. We got the alteration to the coffin match where we're going to get a dinosaur in a coffin. Which I find really funny, the fact that we're actually going to get a dinosaur in a coffin. Just something sounds weird about that. Maybe they're going to find some tar for it or something, but I digress. Because I don't see Sting going in the coffin. I don't see... Maybe Darby, but I doubt it. I would think the person that would have to end up in the coffin there would be Lucha. We'll talk about it on Saturday. There's a lot of things that could come up here on here. So.